Welcome to Building Compliant Solutions on Appian. Evie Cohen, Omesh Agam, and myself, Jim Vasconcellos, work together to maintain Appian's capability to meet the compliance needs of the life sciences industry. Let's start by reviewing at a high level the key concepts driving compliance requirements within life sciences. Good practices within select major functional areas, as listed here, define a quality framework for how any computerized system or business processes will have to perform in order to comply with the regulatory requirements of the industry. Some central aspects are having traceability, being able to reconstruct the development history of a drug product or medical device, and accountability, being able to resolve who contributed what to the development and when did that occur. Some key objectives are to ensure patients are being provided effective treatment at the lowest possible risk, that the industry products will always be created that fully meet the defined quality metrics, and all data that impacts safety and quality is fully secured with detailed audit histories and the required levels of privacy. Regulations come from various regional authorities, as shown here. They provide guidance while leaving it to the industry to define processes to meet the guidance. The industry has responded by forming groups like ICH to develop process standards for all to consider. Computerized system validation, CSV, is the area of focus for Appian. As shown here, many roles must be concerned with and understand their responsibilities in maintaining GxP compliance. Appian's proactive approach is driven by our customers' expectation to provide them with a defensible position. The industry demands it, and one of Appian's central cultural themes is to simplify all we do for our customers, including our cloud validation story. Our approach ensures that traceability and accountability needs are being met with the level of transparency that ensures our customers can defend their positions. All the required roles at Appian are engaged to keep Appian in a state of control that complies with GxP guidance. The FDA guidance on software validation is representative of what is required globally. Further, these guidance results in regulations as shown in the green box on the right, which end up requiring the industry to come up with the processes defined as validation in the areas listed, such as planning, verification, testing, etc., to meet the guidance. In addition to the software, one must look at the entire computerized system to see what other areas may also require validation, such as the hardware, equipment attached to the hardware, specialized operating procedures. So the entire system must be evaluated to determine the required processes to meet validation. For GxP compliant applications in the cloud, the validation responsibilities vary and are shared between the customer and the supplier. On the far left is infrastructure as a service, in which you are just being supplied the data center, and therefore the supplier is responsible for the hardware validation requirements, and the customer is responsible for everything else. On the far right is software as a service, in which the supplier is building the applications and the data and maintaining them, and therefore has complete responsibility for validation. In the middle is what Appian supplies, which is platform as a service. In this case, we're supplying the data center hardware as well as platform software that enables the customer to create applications and data Therefore, the customers are responsible for the validation on applications and data, while Appian is responsible for everything else. Let's dive a little deeper into validation and discuss the differences between qualification versus validation. Qualification are the actions that prove that any premises, systems, items of equipment work correctly and lead to the expected results. It establishes confidence that equipment is capable of consistently operating within established limits and tolerances. It's generally considered a subset of your overall validation process. Validation, though, is focused on establishing documented evidence that provides a high degree of assurance that a specific process or software application will consistently produce a product meeting its predetermined specifications and quality attributes. The V model shown here is the standard in the industry accepted for how one can achieve validation at a high level. It is shown here in the simplest waterfall version. There are agile versions that can work. The goal here is to show that we, as a platform as a service cloud provider in that gray band, share responsibilities with our regulated customers in achieving components of the V model. Data integrity is an important objective within GxP compliant systems. 21 CFR Part 11 is a U.S. regulation that defines in detail the guidance needed in systems to maintain this type of data integrity. Appian, as a platform, provides its customers with the tools they need in order to achieve the states of control to ensure that the criteria that they have listed here can be met when they validate their systems. Security in the cloud for GxP applications is a very important topic. As shown here, it is a shared responsibility. Security of the data center infrastructure, ensuring that it cannot be penetrated, is provided by Appian in cooperation with Amazon Web Services. When we get to the platform operation and the customer's applications and data, again, that's shared between Appian and the customer, with noting that customer data is solely the customer's responsibility, as Appian is supplying each customer with their own individual implementation, and their data is only accessible by them. Therefore, they are fully responsible for ensuring that they use Appian's tools and capabilities to create and isolate that data effectively. A key objective of doing validated software in a cloud platform such as Appian is to move that IT maintenance number down and allowing you to increase your level of innovation spend. This is done in validated applications, as you've seen, by moving responsibilities to the service provider on the infrastructure and a significant amount of the operational validation and qualification, and allowing you to spend more time building applications and data that you can meet your needs. Appian has a proven architecture that can work in the cloud to meet life science industry's GxP compliance needs. It has built a significant amount of trust through its many compliance audits that have been completed and its compliance certifications. The results are that there are numerous life sciences companies currently using GxP compliant applications on our cloud. This is a high-level view of the Appian Cloud architecture. Note that your instance as a customer is separate from other customers' instances, and that users can enter either through the web or come through your firewall via a VPN connection. And again, that your data can be held in the Appian Cloud instance, or you can maintain your data behind your own firewall. Now let's talk about Appian's cloud scalability and reliability. Here are some examples of the number of rules per hour that can be executed on various size implementations of Appian. The cloud large is the normal size. We go up many sizes larger than that depending on your needs. Here's also an example of how many processes per hour can be executed on the various sizes that are available from Appian in the cloud. There are some detailed white papers that you can obtain that talk about our architecture overview and our scalability needs. They can be found at community.appian.com or on the appian.com website. Globally, we are currently available in 11 Amazon Web Service regions. Therefore, you have the opportunity to choose which region you want your cloud service to be located. Our service organization is located globally too, with offices in the US, Europe, and Australia. This provides a follow-the-sun support model for all our cloud customers. And this is the latest uptime information about Appian Cloud by month since January 2016. From a cloud trust perspective, Appian has been a leader in this space for a long time, and today has the most certifications across all the major industries and government areas, demonstrating our commitment to ensuring we have one of the highest trust levels within a cloud provider. Here are some more detailed looks at some of our security and compliance programs that we have in place today. We also have a GxP report, which is an independent assessment done on the Appian Cloud that shows how we achieve our controls and what the customer requirements are to achieve control too. Within the GxP report, there are a roadmap for controls, as well as procedural and technical controls are identified. And we believe this would be very helpful for auditors to show how Appian has achieved control in this area. Let's turn our attention to security. In order to meet and maintain the many certifications we have, Appian must implement and maintain controls such as shown in this list here. Additionally, there are responsibilities that Appian will do on the cloud side, as well as the customer will need to do on their side in managing and maintaining their applications. Many of these things the customer does are enabled by what the platform supplies within its feature set. In effort to supply detailed transparency on our trust capabilities, Appian has a Cloud Trust Center at trust.appian.com, where one can go to get information on our certification and request compliance reports. Appian itself runs on Appian Cloud. That includes all the departments you see here, and we rely on it to be secure in order to meet our needs, because it does also support our development and quality management systems. As we showed earlier, the big benefit of Appian Cloud is that hopefully one can change that pie chart to where the innovation budget goes up significantly and your maintenance budget goes down significantly, because Appian is supplying those services for you.